فوائد التخطيط: واحد، تجعل لك قيمة ودور في الحياة، عارف وين رايح، هذه رقم واحد. اثنين، هتنظم حياتك للأفضل. ثلاثة، هتضيف لك خبرة وإنجاز لما تخطط، لما تكون عارف بعد 5 سنين فين رايح، بعد 10 سنين فين رايح. أيضا هتبعد عنك القلق والاكتئاب، ما في عندك لا قلق ولا اكتئاب، وهتكون رايح وانت مرتاح نفسيا. لذلك لازم يكون عندك في الحياة هدف. في بعض الناس يقول لك أنا هدفي نشر اللغة العربية، فتلاقيه في أفريقيا وتلاقيه في آسيا بس نشر اللغة العربية، ما عنده هدف ولا مشروع في الحياة غير هذا. واحد تاني بناء المساجد، تلاقيه كل يوم في بلد ويبني مساجد. بعض الناس تجدهم مثلا هم الدعوة، فتجده ما شاء الله عليه ينتقل ويدعو الناس. بعض الناس عمل الصدقات، بعض الناس تأليف الكتب، بعض الناس إعادة طبع الكتب. يا ترى إيش هدفك في الحياة؟ إيش هدفك في الحياة؟ هل هتعيشوا على هامش الحياة؟ صفحة الوفيات حقت أمس أو اليوم، بالله انظروا فيها، شوفوا لي كم واحد من اللي متوفيين وقاعدين تقرأوا أسماءهم لهم أثر في الحياة، تركوا أثر. شوفوا، هل كان لهم هدف في الحياة؟ سمعتوا فيهم قبل ذلك؟ تركوا أي شيء يستفيد منه الناس؟ فهي من النقاط المهمة جدا. لذلك الإنسان في الحياة لازم يخطط. فهناك أناس من الحياة، نحن يعيش بيننا في البشر نوعين من البشر. نوع عادي، يتولد ولادة عادية ويعيش عيشة عادية ويأكل أكل عادي ويتخرج من جامعة عادية ويشتغل في وظيفة عادية ويأخذ راتب عادي ويموت موتة عادية والناس تنساه بطريقة عادية. ونوع ثاني لا، نوع متميز يترك أثر، نوع عارف ماذا يريد أن يفعل في الحياة، يخطط لحياته. فأي النوعين أنتم؟ كل دقيقة أبذلها في التخطيط هتوفر علي 10 دقائق في التنفيذ. هذه قاعدة نحن تعلمناها. وبالتالي أنا في الليل قبل ما أنام ممكن أكتب في ورقة قائمة بالأشياء، things to do، أشياء أعملها بكرة. إيش هي؟ ليش؟ قالوا لأنه الوقت هذا وقت ذهبي، لأنك أنت طول ما أنت نايم عقلك اللاواعي يشتغل عندك كسكرتير، فيبدأ يفكر هذه كذا وهتروح لها من هنا وتلف من هنا وهذه تتصل على فلان وهذه كذا، هو السكرتير يشتغل لك. تقوم في الصباح وانت عارف دايركت كذا موجه وش بتسوي، قائمة. لذلك الذين نجحوا في الحياة هم الذين يكتبون قوائم لهم. طيب افرض انه ما اسعفك الوقت وما قدرت تكتب هذه القائمة، قالوا أول شيء في الصباح الباكر تكتب هذه القائمة. طيب فيها وكل شيء تخلصه تشطبه. طيب أيضا لا تضيع حياتك في أمور مشغلة، وأي مشغلة. يعني مثلا بعض الناس يجلس قدام التلفزيون من 6 ل 8 ساعات، أو يربط نفسه بشلة فيذهب إليها. إذا ما في شيء مفيد لا تضيع عمرك فيها، ها؟ أو مثلا تنام كثيرا أو تروح في مطاعم. حياتنا قليلة، أقصر مما نظن حياتنا. والله نحن ليست أعمارنا مثل أعمار قوم نوح. قوم نوح كانوا يعيشوا 800 سنة 900 سنة، نوح عليه السلام عاش 950 سنة، وهكذا. أنت عمرك ما هيتجاوز إن يعني 80 سنة 90 سنة. حتى الإنسان لما يصل إلى هذا العمر تبدأ الأمراض تغزوه ويبدأ يصبح ضعيف، والناس اللي حوله هم اللي يحركوه خلاص. لذلك أنت البيك عندك وأعلى نقطة ممكن توصلها 80 85 ممكن. قليل من الناس اللي يتجاوز هذا الأمر ويكون بصحته وبعافيته. فخطط لحياتك، خطط لها صح. إيش الكتب اللي تبغى تألفها إذا كنت من النوع اللي تحب تألف؟ إيش الأمور اللي تبغى تتركها من خلفك؟ إيش الأعمال اللي تبغى تعملها؟ هذه كلها. لذلك كان عندي مدرس في الابتدائي كان لما يشوف واحد من الطلبة نايم والله يكتب لنا بيت من الشعر على السبورة إلى يومكم هذا وأنا أحفظه. كان يقول: ولا تنم واغتنم ملذة يوم إن تحت التراب نوما عميقا. يعني لا تنام، هتلحق، هتروح تنام لك في قبرك 600 سنة 800 سنة 1000 سنة الله يعلم، فلا تنام. ولذلك وجدت كثير من الذين نجحوا في الحياة قليلين النوم في الحياة. هذه ملاحظة رأيتها حتى في التاريخ، في التاريخ رأيتها. قليل من الناس اللي وجدتهم يناموا نوما طويلا من الناجحين، دائما الجزء الأكبر منهم. لذلك نحن لابد أن لا نعيش على هامش الحياة، وإنه إحنا نبدأ نخطط لهذه الحياة وأن لا نضيعها. ولذلك إذا لم تعش وأنت مخطط لحياتك فالآخرين سيخططون لك.
In 1953, the graduates of Yale University were studied and analyzed. And they asked the questions about goals. And here's what they discovered. They discovered that only 3% of the seniors at Yale University had actually taken the necessary steps as far as setting those goals are concerned. Namely, they had identified what they wanted and had written them down. Now, to go along with that, they had listed the benefits. Now, let me emphasize something very important. The most significant part of setting a goal is to identify the benefits. You know, a lot of times an individual might have a goal, and that goal might be, well, I'm going to lose 35 pounds. And then you know what they talk about? Oh, I'm going to have to give up this and give up that and give up the other. I'm going to have to quit this and quit that. I'm going to have to surrender, sacrifice. And you can almost see them go through the halo adjusting process. Poor little me. They have a series of pity parties when they start setting their goals. They think of the price they've got to pay instead of the benefits which are coming their way. Now, for salespeople and marketing people, let me give you a fact of life. If all you talked about was price when you're trying to make a sale, I can guarantee you your sales would have a dramatic decline. What we emphasize are the benefits. The most important step in the goal-setting program is to identify those benefits. What is in it for me? Then the third thing that these seniors at Yale did, the 3%, they identified the obstacles. James Baldwin was absolutely right when he said, confronting a problem does not always bring a solution. But until you confront the problem, there can be no solution. The reality is something stands between you and your goal. If that were not true, you would already be there. You've got to spell it out. What are the obstacles? That's what the 3% did. And then the fourth step is you've got to identify what you need to know in order to get there. There's some missing information that you got to have. What is it that I need to know in order to get there? And then the fifth thing that they did, they identified the people, the groups, and the organizations they needed to work with in order to get there. If you're going to accomplish anything of any significance, it requires other people working with you. As a simple example, the giant Belgian horse on its own can pull 8,000 pounds. If you hook him up with another giant Belgian horse, together they can pull 18,000 pounds. But if you send them to training school and teach them to pull in harmony, then the team can pull in excess of 25,000 pounds. Working together, teamwork. Who are the groups, the people, the organizations I need to work with? And then obviously the next step has got to be a specific game plan, a plan of action, if you will. Can you imagine two coaches on opposite teams, whether they're coaching soccer or football or whatever, and here they're playing for the world's championship? And the day before the game, they call the team together and say, well, now, you know, we got a pretty tough opponent tomorrow. We better figure out what we are going to do. And, of course, we kind of smile at that and say, that's insane. I agree with you. They organize, they plan, they develop a plan of action for a game. I'm talking to you about a plan for life, a balanced plan, so that you win in every area of life. Now, 3% of these Yale seniors did that, and then they had taken the seventh step, too. They had established the date when they expected to be there. You want to be the chairman of the board. If you want to win at home, if you want to win personally, if you want to win financially, if you want to have all of the winning aspect, it really takes a goals program. Now, interestingly enough, 10% of those graduating seniors from Yale University had taken about 5 of the steps, but the overwhelming majority, outside of knowing they wanted to be a doctor or a professor or an attorney, they really had no solid goals program. 20 years later, they did a study in the two areas which they could measure, namely career and financial. And the 3% who had taken all of the steps had literally accomplished more than the other 97% combined. Now, in order to wrap this unit up, to kind of pull it together, let me simply say that the first thing we've got to do is we've got to eliminate fear. Now that's easy to say, but how do you eliminate fear? You look at the alternatives. When fear deals with us, think of all the things we lose as versus when we rationalize, much as we talked about the airplane trip, you understand. There's a certain amount of danger for the plane if it leaves the ground, but it's more danger if it stays on the ground. There's a certain danger in setting goals because you might not reach them. But think of the greater danger if you don't set those goals. Rationalize it. Look at it realistically. Then buy the idea that I've been saying that you must have those goals. Then obviously you take the 7 steps that we have emphasized twice already in this unit. The steps absolutely are critical, ladies and gentlemen. You need to take them in order to set the goals which are so important to have in your life. Yes, goals are enormously important. The fourth step, the fourth thing we need to do is we need to really listen carefully to the Sir Edmund Hillary story. The first time Sir Edmund Hillary attempted to scale Mount Everest, he did not make it. As a matter of fact, he left, I believe it was 3 of his mountain climbers dead on the mountainside. But because his effort had been so enormous, the English government awarded him its highest honor. They called him before the Parliament. And as he walked in, to a person, everybody there rose and gave him a prolonged standing ovation. As Sir Edmund Hillary moved to the front of the room, there was a giant picture behind where he was to be standing, and the picture was that of the peak of Mount Everest. It was an awesome picture. Sir Edmund Hillary largely ignored the crowd, ignored the applause. He ignored everything that was being said by the people in the audience. He literally stood directly in front of that picture for a moment or two, and then he shook his fist at Mount Everest. And he said, "You won this time, but you're as big as you're ever going to get. I'm still growing." History tells us he made it the next go-round. Your history will record that if you persist in your goals that you're now going to set, that you'll win if you pursue those goals. By those ideas that we've been sharing, take these steps, because if you do, I'll close by saying I'll see you. And yes, I really do mean you at the top.